Hello and welcome to the Robo Samurai channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Prime Universe Bulkhead from the Transformers Legacy Wreck and Rule collection. And what we got here is, well, is pretty much that figure. So let's take a look. I'm going to put him over here on the side and let's take a look at a box. Of course, I did a short showing some of the artwork so far on this. I think it's like a mural. You put them all together, it's a mural, right? So this is a Voyager class. There's a side, there's the back, and everything else. So it's very cool. And by the way, these did come packaged. They were shipped by Amazon, just like the Springer one, in a box like this. So there was a label on here. I meticulously took the label off so that all you see is brown box. And so that's how these things come. And yeah, there's a little dent on it because it's pretty tight packaging. Okay, so that's what we got here. And I have reviewed this figure before. However, I thought that, I kind of like this mold, so I did not mind getting this again. So, yeah, what have we got going on here is we have Bulkhead, and he has his shield here. That's one of the accessories. And then he has this this ball thing, okay? And then you can put the ball thing right here on his, it's got a peg, and you can go on ahead and peg that into his fist, and then close it up like this, and now he looks like he has the ball thing and that. And then you could probably even do, this here. And you can peg this onto there. So now he's got all sorts of stuff. But why would he have a ball, wrecking ball, if he's got a shield on the same one? Of course, he also comes with one extra accessory. So he actually has 3 accessories, not including this piece, because this is really a piece for a transformation. He comes with this hammer, this wrecker hammer. And let's take a quick look at it. It's got the usual going on here. Let me get this focused for you guys. Look at that thing. That's pretty cool. I like it. So which way does he hold it? Probably this way. So so he has this. This is a new accessory for him. It doesn't come with the original mold. And he also comes with this Gatling gun attachment here. And yeah, it's pretty much, it's in clear black. It's translucent-ish plastic. So it's like gray smoke, very dark smoke gray, but that's what we got going on there. And since all these are like 5mm ports, you can do all sorts of ridiculous things like that with it. These here, this particular gun can attach either on this side, but this little peg right here can go into this hole right here, or you can mount it on this side and do something similar. Whatever you want to do with it, you can do that. So that's cool. And by the way, this is the same color as the windows here. Also, we've got, I already talked about this little guy, so I don't think we need to talk about that anymore. But let's look at the figure here. And yeah, it's Bulkhead. If you didn't get the first one, get this one. It's a good figure. Really like it. I like the camo. In fact, I might like the camo better than the original design. So, if we take a look here, you'll see that he has the Wrecker Autobot symbol in kind of a nice metallic blue. Let's see if we can't get this to focus. There we go. And a little bit closer, but there it is right there. Pretty cool. Now, one thing about this whole canopy right here is that it is clear plastic and it's painted. Interesting. So, but yeah, so we've got the normal articulation goes all the way around. He's got elbow bend that much. He has wrist swivel. Hey, that's great on both sides. He's got head. It's on a ball joint, so it can do the whole. It can pretty much do almost whole 360, but not really. Just not enough clearance back there. I think these are universal joints, so he can do the splits that way, and he can do it that way. So there we go. And this thing here, it's this is the thighs here. They're cast in green plastic, but they're painted black. So pretty interesting stuff there. So All right. And let's see what it looks like from the back. That's what it looks like from the back. You can also take this thing here. It has, that's the peg he was clipping on. You can take this, and I think you can either take, there's a hole here. You could plug this thing into it, and I think that's the appropriate way to do it. And you can kind of put this on his back. You can fold it all the way back too. These little notches here will fit these little peg holes here. So you could do something like that as well. And then you would have that just in case you wanted to put that away or on the side. Again, there's lots of different options. You know, if you want to just store all of his weapons on him, since they're 5mm ports, they'll pretty much fit on any of the 5mm pegs. So, you know, you can just sit there and, you know, pile them on. You can even put this here and then put this here. I mean, wow, that's just all the stuff. And then he's ready to travel. I mean, all right, so let's go ahead and take these apart, take this off. Let's take this off. All right, so, and he does have waist swivel right there. And he has a little bit of toe tilt because of this angled rocker. It's kind of, he does have a rocker, an ankle rocker like this, but he can also tip up and tip down. So you can get some pretty interesting dynamic poses out of him. So very cool stuff, right? And yeah, it's like this a lot. Let's get him transformed, show you how to transform him. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is these arms are tabbed and pegged in right here, so we can kind of just undo those a little bit. Hopefully I don't sit. There we go. That one's tight. Man, it's tight. All right. And then what we want to do is we're going to lift this whole thing up like this. So if you look here, this whole thing is it's put together right here, and there is it's kind of pegged in here, and you'll unpeg it in order to pull this whole assembly out. So, so go on ahead and pull that out like that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slide these, actually, before we slide the arms down, push in the head, and we're going to pull it all the way on the inside, okay, and we're going to collapse it just like that. Once you've collapsed it, I believe, okay, now we're going to move these out of the way. So these actually they're hinged. So if you look right here, you'll see that they hinge, and that's going to help by pulling these down like this and like this. That's going to help us with the rest of the transformation here. So what we'll do is we'll take this, lift it up all the way, and then you're going to be able to pull this panel out from the front, and that panel will fit right there and close up. Okay, we're going to leave Bulkhead's head right there. Okay. Next thing we want to do is we're going to take the arms and we're going to kind of fold them like this, and I believe what we're going to do is we're going to fold them so that they're up like this, and we're just going to leave them in this spot. I believe this is how we do it. Let's see here. Yeah. Just like this. So fold them kind of like that, and then you're going to close it like this. And then these two, if you look, these elbows, I mean, well, oh, that's interesting. These two areas right here, they'll peg right into each other. So if you look, it's kind of hard to see. It's all black plastic. There's a peg right here, and there's kind of an opposite slot peg on this side. You push these two together, and you make sure that these are like that, and then we'll be able to close it up like I was just showing you, just like that. So we'll just keep that there for now. Now, next thing we want to do is let's work on the legs. We've got to open up this panel here, and in here you will find a little gas can. So you're going to pull that out, and it's on a ball peg. Let's see here, am I doing this right? Yeah, okay, so make sure this is out of the way. So pull this all the way open, then pull this out, rotate it, and get it out of the way. You can go ahead and close it. Wait, before we close it, let's rotate it the rest of the way. So rotate it like this, and then pull it down like that. Then we can close it. I'll show it to you again on this side. So open this up, pull this out, rotate, and pull down. So there we go. Now we've got those set right there. And then, so those are going to be ready. We can just kind of keep them here, I believe. Yeah, here for the moment. Now, when it comes to this joint piece, there's a couple of things that we're going to have to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this piece off here, and then we're going to pull this piece over here, and then we're going to separate this. Now, do you see this right here, this pin right here? So this pin, it's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. It's right here. We're going to pull this apart right here. See it? And then that will allow us to come back, and we're going to collapse all this back. But before we do that, it looks like this came undone. Open up these wheels here. So lift this up, open up these wheels here, and then make sure they tab in there. Keep that out of the way, because we're going to need to work here. So pull this up, and then we want to fold these legs around, I believe, down. So actually make sure it look, I think you have to pull this down here, and then we want to pull this over thusly. So it's kind of interesting little move here. Let's see here. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's correct. There. So we want like his legs to be at a right angle. You got to get these cans out of the way so that they're kind of lined up like this. Okay, so now we're going to collapse these together. We're going to peg these legs together, and then we're going to make sure you can push this, and it should snap right up against that. So what you're snapping up against there is that and that. And then these gas cans have a little tab on them right here, and it's going to fit into a very hard to see on the camera slot. So, whoops, wow, that's the second time a wheel has popped off on me during this. Okay, so, and if you see them, they're right here. I'll kind of move these back a little bit so you can see where everything kind of collapses. So those tabs for those gas cans go here and there. So that's where we want to go. Okay. And like that. And then this one as well. So what you should wind up with is something that looks like this. Okay. Now, go on ahead and collapse the leg, the feet. Fold this foot down, and then fold this up. Fold this foot down, and then fold this up. Okay, so here's what we got so far. All right, so what we can do, and I'm going to stop right here, is the original instructions said that you could take this here, I believe. I think it was like this. So you can put this here, and you can peg this here. Okay. And then you can put the wrecking ball, we'll call it the wrecking ball, and you can put it there. And that had the effect of not only, hold on a second, it seems like I missed something here. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention this, but there is a tab on the side of these thighs that allows you to lock everything in place. So there, okay, so anyway, so this has the effect, if you use these pieces here, it holds these legs together. Not that they really have a weak joint, but this is where they're split, and the peg is part of that. So if you put these here, it just kind of strengthens that whole thing. So you can go on ahead and do that there. So let's see here. Make sure these are in place. All right, and that goes there. We got those there. Okay, and then now that you have those in place, the next thing you want to do is you take this, make sure that the peg is folded flat, and then we're going to take this peg and peg it into this here, close this up, and then make sure that when you collapse these, that these tab into the sides of the vehicle. so that's kind of nice and smooth. So same thing here. And there is Bulkhead in his alt mode. And you've got this hammer here. And the one thing they tell you can do is kind of like store it here. There's a couple other options as well. So, yeah, I think that's actually... Oh, I see. This thing actually needs to be up in there. Whoops. Okay, so this works. This is actually it. So, yep. And you know what? This is a great mold. I dig this mold. And I actually like the camo a little bit better than the original one, which is right here. And you can kind of compare both of them. Which one do I like better? I definitely like that one better. Turn this on its side here. You can kind of see. Yeah, I mean, it's a great representation. A G1 styled character for, you know, Bulkhead. So yeah, I highly recommend getting this. I picked this up from Amazon, and it's still there, so you should be able to pick it up as the time of the recording of this video. Yeah, there's not really a lot much to say about this. So yeah, I think that this works very well for me. In fact, I might be looking for a buyer for this. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. And I'll talk to you guys next time.